Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into the story of India's most sophisticated darknet drug lord, a man who built a digital empire right from his family home, hidden completely in plain sight.
We're looking at a case that lives right where technology, crime, and global logistics all collide. It's a story that doesn't unfold in some shadowy back alley, but on encrypted networks, with deals going down in the blink of an eye.
And now, the whole thing has been blown wide open. This is the story of how a sophisticated digital empire was built, run almost like a tech startup, and how it all came crashing down.
Over 1 crore rupees. Think about that. And that's just the value of the drugs and crypto they seized in the initial investigation, which they codenamed Operation MELON. Incredibly, that number doesn't even touch the more than 3 crore in other assets they froze later on.
So who was the mastermind behind all this? You're probably picturing some career criminal, right? Well, the reality is way more surprising. Okay, let's get into it.
So this story, it doesn't kick off in some shady underworld hideout. Nope. It starts in the world of professional engineering. Edison Babu was a mechanical engineer working for big firms across India. But then, the COVID-19 pandemic hits. His shot at a legit business, a restaurant, goes under. And that failure is what pushed him hard into the shadows of the dark web.
And this is what's absolutely wild. The 2 lives he was leading. To his family, to his neighbors, he was just this quiet guy, always on his computer, maybe looking for his next gig. They had no clue that from that same house, he was running a massive global drug enterprise under the name Ketamelon. Just unbelievable.
Okay, so how on earth does a former engineer build an operation that could give international cartels a run for their money? Well, let's take a look at the architecture of his digital kingdom.
To really get the scale here, you have to understand this term, Level 4 vendor. The Narcotics Control Bureau does not just hand this label out. Based on his sheer volume, his sophistication, Edison Babu, as Ketamelon, was identified as India's only Level 4 vendor. He wasn't just another player on the board. He was the game. His whole empire was built on a foundation of serious, high-end tech, all of it designed to make him a ghost. He used operating systems like Tails, which are basically amnesic. They just forget everything once you shut them down. No traces left behind. All payments were in crypto, and he kept his profits, around 70 lakh worth, on a physical hardware wallet that was later seized.
And check out his supply chain. It was a slick, 4-step machine. First, he'd source high-purity LSD from a UK vendor with ties to the notorious Dr. Seuss cartel. Then, an accomplice over there would repackage it and mail it to India. From there, Babu would send it out to customers all over the country. It was just seamless, a global operation run from a laptop.
So, to really put this in perspective, let's stack his operation up against the Zimbabwe cartel, which used to be considered India's biggest. You can see right away while Zimbabwe was a big deal, Ketamelon was playing a whole different sport. The sole Level 4 vendor, a purely professional darknet-only model. This is the evolution of organized crime right here.
I mean, the level of secrecy here, the tech skills, it's just astounding, right? And it brings up a huge question for law enforcement today. Seriously, how do you catch a ghost? How do you even start to unravel an operation that's buried under layers of encryption, untraceable software, and anonymous crypto? It really does seem impossible.
Well, the answer, it turns out, came from a really powerful modern collaboration. You know, as the guy from Binance put it, even in the shadows of the darknet, you leave digital footprints. The trick was linking up advanced data analytics with old-fashioned detective work. It just proves that even on the blockchain, you can't be a ghost forever.
So the takedown itself was this masterclass in blending old-school police work with new-school digital forensics. The first crack in the case came from intercepting just 3 postal parcels. That led them to Babu's house, and boom, they found everything. But the real game changer, that collaboration between the NCB, tech experts, and a crypto exchange like Binance, that's how they followed the money.
Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? This is about way more than just one guy getting arrested. What does this whole story really tell us?
So right away, the whole syndicate just gets dismantled. Charges are filed, international alerts go out for his accomplices, and the authorities move fast to freeze over 3 crore rupees in assets. They didn't just cut the head off the snake, they torched a whole nest.
But yeah, this whole thing was a massive wake-up call for law enforcement. You've got top cops saying that with cybercrime exploding, this kind of specialized training, it's not a nice to have anymore, it's absolutely essential. And that really gets to the heart of it, right? This isn't just about one bad guy. It's about crime itself changing its very DNA.
Look, the fall of Ketamelon may have shattered the myth of untraceable crypto, but it also lights up this new battlefield, this constant war on an ever-evolving digital frontier. And it leaves all of us with one final, really crucial question. As crime goes digital, can justice actually keep up?